Open a new Word or Google Doc to get set up for this persuasive writing assignment. On your new document, you will respond to each of the prompts below. Incomplete sentences, juniors. Write incomplete sentences. Of course, you know to have your paper properly formatted, heading, title line, Times New Roman, size 12, double spaced. You can write the heading in the upper left as always. On the title line, you can say persuasive writing. Okay, so here's your assignment. This is the quote. You are responding to this quote and sharing how you believe and providing an example. Visionary Steve Jobs said, "We're here to put a dent in the universe. Otherwise, why even be here?" You will number your paper, as it says, number your answers to match the number of the question as it appears on the sheet. You don't have to write the question. Only put on your paper number one and answer the question. Okay? So the question is, what does this quote say? In other words, rewrite the quote in your own words. Paraphrase the quote. Now, don't interpret what it says, not here. Just simply rewrite what the quote says in your own words. So, next to number one, you will rewrite this. What does it say? No interpretation. What does it say? Number two, you won't write the question. Just answer the question next to number two on your paper. What does this quote mean? So this is where you begin to interpret. What is Steve Jobs really saying? What is he, if you read between the lines, what is he saying that he doesn't say directly? So what does he really mean? What is he revealing? What is he teaching? Okay, so what does this quote actually mean? Number three, why does the message matter? So think about the message. What message is he sharing? Who cares? Why does the message matter? So why is the meaning of the quote important? This isn't about whether you agree or disagree. This is just simply thinking, okay, why is the meaning of what Steve Jobs said? Why is this important? Again, it has nothing to do with whether you agree or disagree. You are to simply share why you believe the message matters, or you might not even think it matters. But at this time, why does it matter? So number four, this is where you have an opportunity to assert your view. Do you agree or disagree with Steve Jobs' belief in why we're here? He says, we're here to put a dent in the universe. Otherwise, why else be here? You are going to agree or disagree. You will write, next to number four, you will write, we are here, or you'll say not here, to put a dent in the universe because, fill in the blank. So next to your number four, you will share how you feel by writing, we are here, or you'll say we are not here, to put a dent in the universe because, and insert your answer. All right, so now it is time to gather evidence. For any time you make an assertion, you have to have some proof, right? So this is what I need you to do. It's time to gather evidence. It's the easiest form for us to grab at this time that we don't have to do any type of research on the computer. Let's just use an example from literature. You've read a lot of books in high school. You've read a lot of books on your own, and I'm sure you have watched a plethora of movies. Okay, so I want you to think. Think of a story from a character you have read about, or a character you've seen in a movie. So you got to think of a character because we will use their story to support or refute Jobs' view on we're here to put a dent in the universe. Can you think of a character you read about? I don't care if it was from a children's story, a character you read about that proves we're here to put a dent in the universe, or a character you read about or a character you've seen in the movie that disproves there's no purpose for us being here. So think of a character from a movie you've seen or a book you've read to refute Jobs' belief that we're here to make a dent in the universe. Okay? Now, it's time to tell their story. So, next to number 5 on your doc, Google Doc or Word doc, you're going to type the story. Here's what you're going to do now. You'll type the story. Keep in mind what your story is focused on. You're refuting Jobs' belief or supporting why we're here to make a dent in the universe. Since you're using this example from a movie or a book, you can't tell the whole story. I need you to zero in on the part of the story that supports we're here to make a dent in the universe. We are not here to make a dent in the universe. Whatever you believe, what do you believe? Okay, so you'll use only that part of the story or the book. Now, you do need to include a beginning, middle, and end, even though you're only using a small part of the story. Just you're using the beginning, middle, and end of that clip. Okay? Remember, your story is focused on proving your position. Do not get lost in telling the movie. This is not a summary of the movie you watched or a summary of the book you've read. This is simply you sharing this part, this specific part of the movie or the story that proves your position on whether or not we are here to make a dent in the universe. Now, you can't tell the entire book or movie, as I just said. It's so important that in the 100 words you must use, you only share the part that proves your position. Number 6. Next to number 6 on your document, it's time to address the opposing view. Think of the other side, okay? Any good argument has two sides. Although you do not believe in the opposing view. So let's say you say there is no purpose for us being here. Well, there are people who believe we have a purpose. So if you say there is no purpose, I want you to think of the people who believe there's a purpose. In at least 3 sentences, explain a good argument those who disagree with you could use to defend why what they believe is right, okay? So if you believe there is no purpose, there's no reason for us to be here, you disagree with Steve Jobs, what could someone who says, no, we are here to put a dent in the universe, there is a purpose, explain in at least 3 sentences, what is it that they could say? Basically, you're giving them an argument. You know what? I don't agree with you, but I will acknowledge that y'all have a point. Explain that point. At least one point they have, okay? Number 7, time to debate. They think you're wrong. So they're like, hey, we have a purpose. And you're like, no, we don't. So in at least 3 sentences, explain what someone could say against your position to prove why what you believe is wrong. So if it were a debate and they're fighting, someone has to win. They're saying, we have a purpose. You're saying, no, we don't. What is an argument they can use against your position? What's something that they can say to prove you're wrong? So what I need you to do is you're basically analyzing your position, seeing what holes, what flaws that may exist, okay? Holes, Holes. What holes may exist in your argument? What flaws, what weakness does your argument have? Explain in at least 3 sentences a weapon someone could use against your position. Number 8. In at least 3 sentences, explain how you would refute the opposition's claim that your position is wrong. All right. So now they just weaponized your position. You said there's no purpose and they attacked you. They gave you a reason why you are wrong. They're like, dude, you're saying there's no purpose. Here's why you're wrong. Okay. Now that you've heard that, you need to come back and you need to refute it. So in at least 3 sentences, you need to say, I'm still right because. So you might not agree. You may think that that's a weakness my position has, but here's why I'm still right. So next to number 8, explain why, even though they may have made a valid point, explain why your position is still right. So explain how you would refute their claim that your position is wrong. Number 9, in at least 3 sentences, explain How would the world be better if everyone shared your view on whether or not we are here to make a dent in the universe? So if you're saying, we are here to make a dent in the universe, everyone has a purpose. Well, explain. What's the implication of that? How would the world be better if everyone in the whole world believed we had a purpose? Or maybe that's not your view. Maybe like, we do not have a purpose, y'all. We are born and then we live and we die. That's it. There's no purpose. You don't have to make a dent in the universe. Mind your business and die. So, how would the world be better if everyone believed that what you believe? We don't have a purpose. How would the world be better? And number 10, let's talk about the so what of the entire discussion. Who cares, right? Why does this even matter? Let's go back and look at his quote. Steve Jobs, we're here to put a dent in the universe. Otherwise, why else even be here? Why is this even something to discuss? Why is this important? Is it important for humanity to search for meaning? Why is it important to have a discussion on humanity's search for meaning? Answer in at least 3 sentences. Okay? All right, that's 1 through 10. Persuasive writing, visionary Steve Jobs, we're here to put a dent in the universe. Can't wait to read your thoughts.